I guess this time it's really long overdue. I get asked a lot why I started the Unbroken Talk, the Unbroken Movement. This unbroken symbol. What does it all mean? And I got to tell you, I have the marks, the scars, the tire marks all over me regarding my life's journey. But it's not about me. I'm not ready to share because I don't want to be the focal point. I want to share that this symbol means the world to me because it's how I lived my life. The symbol of the unbroken, this right here, the heart, which is your soul. The heartbeat is life. How heavy it could fucking be. And the weights of weighting down, life's trials and tribulations wants you get you to quit, man. Whatever the fuck it may be. Physically, mentally, whatever, right? It's life, right? We all go through it. Regular, everyday people. So what I wanted to do was share what I learned only. I wanted to give a platform, a place where regular people, you and I, to share inspirational stories. Now, I know that this started with because I became passionate of overcoming the hardest things in life: health, weight, emotional, mental health, all that stuff. And then how one actually says to themselves, I'm not going to fucking be beaten by this. And they ignite that fire and push through. But now it's more than that. As thank you very much for the people that are interested in joining, subscribing, listening, to want to hear that it's more, to want to hear the inspiration again from regular fucking people. Now, listen, man, I love feel-good stories. I do. Huge fan of any of the anomalies are athletes. The Michael Jordan stories, incredible what he went through. But I got to tell you, man, it's not the same when I hear the stories of the regular people I interview, that they're real. Now, I'm not saying that a star-studded Michael Jordan, the greatest basketball as far as I see it of all time, isn't human, but it's not the same when you're hearing it from an average regular person. It's more of just emotional connection. That's why I always seen, reality TV relates, right? Misery Loves Company, people relatable. Although most of it's all fucking script or whatever. I mean, I'm not a big fan, but my takeaway is that it's TV, right? But here I wanted to give a voice to regular people and share their inspiration, man. The things they overcame. That just gets me in the core, trying to understand, one of my interviews where she had such a disconnect growing up, and yet she turned to her comfort was gateway drug, marijuana, to pills, to wind up being to heroin. And then all of a sudden, she has this defining moment where, fuck this, man. I'm going to be... She locks herself in her apartment, jumps into the tub, and detoxes herself alone, man. No medication, not having the funds to go on the Beverly Hills rehab centers, man. This is a fucking individual, an average girl, just rolled up her fucking sleeves and said, man, I'm going to get it done. That inspires me. That was the inspiration that I just wanted to get out to the masses, man. We're in such turmoil and disconnect with all kinds of shit. But when it comes down to it, we're all regular people that can inspire each other. So that's why I wanted to really develop a place where regular people can share, man. Share their stories. Now I am inspired to expand that as, I always say, and I come up, my kids joke about this shit, man. It's a dadism, a richism, or, here comes another speech, but I come up with these sayings, and it's greatness in the making, right? And I spell it like great, GRTNESSNMKING, greatness in the making. And that's what I think every single person is when they start something that they don't want to fucking start. You know, I just think it's an amazing thing to hear regular people finding ways to inspire themselves or find the inspiration through others. That was the point. That was the point of this platform. And utilize the unbroken talk just to get to regular people. The interviewees, they're endless, man. It's everybody. Every family member, my kids, every single person has an inspirational journey. I'm going to share something, and my middle guy, I'm going to share. I love my kids. My middle guy, I say, hey, man, Zach, you are my favorite middle son. You know, he has his own troubles, you know, as a normal young man does. His mental health, he's getting a handle on it. And I always say, man, I'm like, you know, mind, body, soul, man. You've got to work on your mental health, your physical health to be able to be the best version of yourself. I mean, if you're physically don't feel good, it's hard to fire up those nerve endings in your head to mentally think clearly, right? So I encourage them, you know, background, health and fitness minded. I mean, just Zach Attack, I'm not going to charge you to coach you. I'm like, just come on, man, you know, start working out. You'll feel better, you know, you'll get a handle on it. If you're feeling good, it's about eating and sleeping and feeling good and waking up in the morning and do all these good things. You'll have a clearer mind to be able to handle any of those anxieties and things of that nature. And it goes on deaf ears. So the other day, every morning he'll call me on his way to work. And the first thing out of his mouth, he goes, Dad, I'm so tired. I'm like, fuck, man, you kidding me? Dad's 59 years old, and I've been up at, 5 o'clock. Granted, early bird special, dinner's at 3. No, I'm fucking not there yet. But in any event, you get the point. It's like, I'm so tired. I'm like, Zach, man, every single day you talk to me about this fucking, I'm so tired. I'm like, you have to stop with that. Because every morning, the first thing you know, it's like breathing. You will naturally feel a little tired. We all fucking do. We hit the alarm. How many times are you going to hit the snooze? But you get up in the morning, don't immediately tell yourself, oh, I'm so tired, because that's the mind frame, right? That's going to set the point. You know, you're trying to train your mind to ignite that fire, to think of a mindset. So I said, let's start something you don't want to start. I said, let's start by just not saying, I'm so tired in the morning. Just start that. Because I share with them that silly saying, greatness in the making. You got to start something you don't want to start. So this morning, he calls me on his way to work. And he goes, I said, what's up, my favorite middle son? He goes, Dad, and he's stopping, thinking about it. He goes, and I'm not tired this morning. I was like, dude, you opened Pandora's box, man. The first step towards greatness. You started something you didn't want to start. I said, spin off that every morning. Every single morning, you need to say that. Now, he's struggling with OCD and, he's got techniques. I'm like, listen, when they give you counseling and all, gives you techniques to, handle the troubles or symptoms that you have, that's the fix. If you develop a mindset, you can strengthen your mind. So then when you feel that anxiety or that OCD behavior, it'll be more controllable to do techniques. And I shared that with him. I was so proud. I said, man, I can't wait for tomorrow and seeing what you said. So he opened the door. And this is what the platform's about, to want to take regular people and inspire. And these are the inspiring things I want to pull out by regular interviewees, by regular people Maybe somebody started a business or got into a relationship, but feel good regular people stories over and over and over again, because it's got to be a reminder. We all like to hear feel good stuff. And for that split moment, you'll feel good. And then what happens after that is going to be the continuation of things that you have already trained yourself from years before. You see, his trials and tribulations through my son Zach has been anxiety and OCD and things that developed through his mother and I had gotten divorced, and it wasn't that spectacular. So it had great impact on the kids. And from their earlier years, they weren't getting the proper, solid, carefree type of atmosphere. And then that could in turn develop, certain behaviors. And I take full responsibility from that for him. But yet my job just gets consistently, how I say, front and center each and every time for me to encourage him that feeling of anxiety in the past or any of that kind of stuff that makes himself feel uncomfortable. As all young generation, I know mental healthness is first and foremost dear to my heart, is to be able to reprogram the thought process. It's going to all start with taking care of yourself from a mental standpoint and also from a physical standpoint, taking care of your body. So as I shared with him, your feeling and what you struggled for years and years and years and years came natural to you. And each and every morning you would wake up, if you feel anxiety or whatever, not make you feel the best you should be. It needs to be a different thought process. You're retraining your mind. And it really starts from turning on that belly of fire, making good habits of doing things or starting things you don't want to start. And that's what this channel is all about. And that's what the Unbroken Talk is all about. So if you like what you hear, if it's inspiring to you, if you have suggestions, if you absolutely want to share an inspirational story, I encourage, man. I want to hear from everyone. My goal to this channel is to make it grow and grow this movement where we inspire or be inspired by one motherfucking regular story at a time, by regular people. That's my goal. That's my passion. As time goes on, I'll share my stories, but right now, I'm taking a back seat. It's not about me. It's about you, the listener. It's about you being inspired. That's what this channel is all about. That's what this symbol represents. And I hope it's a feel-good story for all. So please share, subscribe, promote, and like, and message if you want to come on and share. Always remember and never forget, greatness is always in the making when you start something you do not want to start. Take care. Till next time.